Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Visibility Standard. Yes, this is a bonus episode. I'm sitting down with my girl, Jennie, and we are going to be talking about all things content, all things shame. This is very therapist, content creator forward, so I hope you all enjoy. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited to have my girl, Dr. Jennie Kaufman Walker. Thanks for logging in today.
Thanks for having me and making me wake up.
Making you set 10 a.m.
I
You
did.
sober up.
And I overslept. And during that time, I had a dream that we decided to make our session a later time. So it was very confusing when I woke up and texted you and I was like, did we set this for later? And you're like, no. And I'm like, okay, cool.
10 a.m., but we're here. How's it going?
It's going. It's been a week. How about you?
It's hard to navigate out of traveling and get back into life. And luckily, I've had a slower obligation week, but one of like my commitments have been like to just get back into my regular filming schedule, and that's hard.
Yeah, you can see that.
So I'm like, I just folded 3 loads of laundry and I'm like slowly getting through dishes and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like I remind myself it is building the capacity for more. That's all. I just keep telling myself that.
I have a serious hatred or vendetta against laundry and dishes.
Why?
It feels great when it's done, but sometimes I just look at the stuff and I'm just like, I hate you. Like, do it
Yeah,
yourself.
because it gets dirty again.
Right. And this is like the one thing that I'm very excited for my kids to get older. Otherwise, I wish they would stay like little, which I never quite understood until I had kids, to be honest. But I can't wait till they get old enough to do the laundry and put dishes away for me. Last night, my son said to me, so he wears pull-ups when he goes to sleep, right? He's 5. I would like him not to, but anyways. And I was like, okay, you need to go get a new pull-up. And he's like, he looked at me, he goes, why do I have to do everything for you? I was like, it's a great question.
Hmm.
Go get your damn pull-up. And he did it. And then my daughter, who has chores as my son does, but one of her chores is to vacuum the kitchen every day. She's 6. And she complains it makes her back hurt. So she doesn't feel like she should have to do that. So she still does it. But I'm like, you have no idea. Like, your back hurts now, you're 6. Like, let's not go there.
OMG, does she have a little vacuum?
No, she has a big one. She's been vacuuming since she was like 2. I swear to you.
Do they get paid?
No. They used to get stickers and then like a prize. And then I'm like, you know what? Your prize is being part of this family and helping. And you get enough stickers and fun little gadgets every week and like lollipops and ice cream and stuff. Like, no, like the reward is being a member of this family and feeling accomplished. So now when they're like, we did all our chores, I'm like, good. And they're like, and I'm like, okay, I'm proud of you. Are you proud of yourself? Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you too. Well, what's the prize? And I'm like, that you're
The
part of the family.
satisfaction of being done.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, but I don't get it. And I'm like, well, this is preparing you for life. You'll thank me one day, probably not, but your future spouse will. So there's that. But yeah, they're really good about it, but they don't enjoy it. And they also water plants way too much, but that's on another day. That's what other
At
chores
least
do.
they water them. I suck at having plants.
I love plants. I do have like a fake plant, and I'm very against fake plants. I'm also against awnings, Tweety bird shirts, mullets. The list goes on. But I have one fake plant, and they keep watering it. And I'm like, dude, it's fake. Stop watering it. And they keep watering it. So either that's a testament to how real this plant looks, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, off the topic. Mental.
The kids' chores.
Who knew it would go that route?
But that is like as you were talking about that, I was thinking about how, like, during my workshop, a lot of people were asking about when you're sitting at zero with making content. So like you're posting, you're doing this, but there's no like external validation that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I was like, it's hard. Like I have just hit a space where I'm getting like thoughtful engagement, but there were a lot of days where it was just me, me and my camera with
Mm-hmm.
like 2 likes. And so that I think in a world, I think in the social media world that we're in now, where everything seems so like instant, building something, there are a lot of dead periods. And then it just, you one day you wake up, but you've got to sit in that quiet for a long time.
I love how you just connected that. That's impressive. What you just did there? Seriously.
Hmm.
I was
Oh, thank you.
like, no wonder you're good at what you do. Like, that wasn't like I would have sat here and been like, okay, how do we connect that? But no, you're not wrong. Like, beautiful job.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, I'm really actually blown away right now. But you're not wrong. Like, when you start putting yourself out there, especially when like your supervisee pushes you and makes you do things that are uncomfortable, and then you do them, and you don't get that gratification other than your supervisee like being like, "Ah," building an audience is hard. And then once you do get some like positive feedback, then it's almost, I noticed like mine kind of the need for that checking to see how many likes or comments, like
Hmm.
kind of, I don't even look anymore, which is weird. I don't know if it gives you that confidence in that like moment of uncertainty and like lack of confidence, maybe. Like you see there's some engagement and you're like, you know what? Even if there's not, it's okay. Like I feel good about it, which
And
feels
that, yeah, that I appreciate you sharing that because that is a big part of it for a long time. Like when I was in more of a middle space with even wanting to put myself out there, I didn't focus on the dashboard, didn't focus on engagement because that would have completely stopped me from doing it. And now, because of setting more like concrete goals around it, I am much more thoughtful of it. And there's days where I still like flop big time. And I'm like, wait, I thought this would do really well. And so now I'm in this different waiting period, like where one video will do superbly and then the next one doesn't, but I just have to keep like there's that consistency. I have to keep going. And even part of maintaining that consistency is like doing it even when I don't want to. And so
Mhm.
like this week would have been a week where I just focused on getting myself back to life and walk the dog and get myself back into a routine. But I was like, no, Jasmine, like don't abandon like the recording schedule that you've set for yourself and the momentum and that it has felt hard. I'm like, fuck, I just want to lay on the couch or watch TV.
I mean, think about that from a client perspective. So, like, there are going to be days or a relational perspective, right? You set this momentum where you're working hard at a relationship, give and take, or working towards fulfilling whatever need it is or achieving something. And then you hit days like we all do, some more than others, where you're like, I just don't want to. or I don't have the energy, or I had a bad day, or my partner was really pissing me the fuck off. And you're like, screw it all. And so it takes that internal motivation to be like, nope, look at the big picture and keep going, even when you don't want to continue that momentum and movement forward. And it's easy not to keep going
Hmm.
towards whatever it is. It's really easy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's when I think about any like mental health journey, my own mental health journey, a lot of times, sometimes when we say to clients, just waking up, just like brushing your teeth, like that's a big win. And something I recognize sometimes as the provider is they have the aspirational idea of us. And so they can't imagine that we might have days where just brushing our teeth or just waking up or just being a therapist and showing up is like that's the win. But a lot of us practice, preach what we practice or have lived.
Oh,
And there are days where it's like, can I just chuck it in the fuck it bucket and move on? Can I just run away from all of this? Because it's hard.
yeah, it is hard. Being a human is hard. Adulting is hard. When you're younger and you're like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult and this, that, and the other. And I look back and I'm like, why are you so like excited to be an adult? Like, there are great things about being an adult, don't get me wrong. But like, what was the rush? Like, it's the dishes, it's the laundry, it's the taxes, like it's just like all this stuff. And now you're considered like the one who can fix it all, or like the one who
Mhm.
knows it all, and I'm like, I know nothing. Like, I still haven't figured it all out. And I think clients and other humans lose sight of that like we are right there with them in the same journey and maybe in different ways. But
Mhm.
there are many days that I'm sitting there and I'm working with clients and I'm like, I've been through that too. And I'm the therapist that shares it, right? I'm not someone who feels that self-disclosure is to be like shied away from. I mean, within reason, right? There's certain things you actually, I think I probably overshare. Not surprising, but I'm like, this is not an original. Original is the wrong word, but this is not something that only you're experiencing. Like,
Mm. It's not
adult,
unique to you.
no, no, like adulting is hard. And sometimes, well, all the time, parenting is hard, and relationships are hard, and health is hard, and navigating families of origin is hard. And like sometimes you want
Mhm.
to scream at your spouse and just walk away and find a yurt in the middle of a field and never come back. Like, this random yurt. It was on Real
That might be a unique experience. That might be one in.
Scary. Yeah, that might be. I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County. I'm rewatching it, and there was an episode where they stay in yurts, and so it just kind of popped up. So that's really random and unique, or maybe a Holiday Inn. I don't know. Hilton, different country, whatever, where you just want to throw your hands up and walk away. And it just, it's a common human experience.
Mhm.
So common.
I love that you bring up self-disclosure. I wrote a Substack this week and it was titled Shame Dies When We Allow Ourselves to Be Visible. And so when we think about self-disclosure and the art of like storytelling and connecting with people, like when we allow our story to be seen, whether from the client end or even in supervision or like with friends, like when we allow that veil to fall, the shame like can really fall away. And so when we use self-disclosure as therapists, like we're allowing that client to sit there and say, okay, I'm not alone. Like this is not unique to me. This is how I'm experiencing it, may be unique, but it is not something that you need to carry alone or hide in.
Yeah. And it shows that we can self-disclose and uncomfortable things ourselves, right? And like it's a safe space because you're sharing this very like heavy thing to someone. And so I feel like if I share back, it allows them to be like, okay, this is a mutual kind of engagement. They feel safe enough to share it with me. So I can feel safe enough to share it with them. And I've seen clients when I've shared my own journey or struggle or obstacle, I can literally see their bodies like go from like
Mm-hmm.
this like visceral, like somatic, just,
Mm-hmm.
and it's incredible. And it also strengthens the dynamic in my,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Dismantles like that power dynamic that exists. And a lot, I don't think we are often as clinicians like super aware of that power dynamic, or we try to avoid it rather than recognizing like, no, we are someone that's like holding this really big responsibility. We're holding this person's story. And so to dismantle that possible shame, that fear of judgment, that fear that I may not respond in the way that they need me to feel like they can continue confiding and trusting the therapeutic process. Like when we allow ourselves to just be really present with that and navigate it accordingly, that's what allows for, I think, some really like transformative work.
1,000%. I have one client who has dealt with shame for a very, very long time. And we don't have favorite clients, but she is literally one of my favorite clients. I love every second of working with her. Actually, I can't say that there's a client I don't enjoy working with, to be honest. I'm really lucky that way, but she is a kind of soul, and watching her unpack years of things that felt unique and carried so much heaviness and shame, and see them like I could cry right now thinking about her because she's just an incredible human and has done so much work, and
Mm.
seeing that shame melts away has been like a life-changing experience, not just for her but for me. And it's a testament to someone who comes in scared, because I think therapy's scary,
Mm-hmm.
anxiety provoking at the very least. And to see someone come in kind of apprehensive, never having therapy, but knowing that something needs to change, and they come in and they slowly like unpack, and they start with, I don't know, like that timid kind of like
Mm-hmm.
closed up, and then to watch them get to the point where they're like expressing themselves and their past and their feelings and their fears and all the things, and just openly and without fear, is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Truly. Watching shame die right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds like weird, but you can watch it kind of fizzle away.
Yeah.
And what an honor it is to witness that,
Yeah.
because it really, shame is such, I don't think we talk about it enough in the sense of like how impactful and heavy it is. Like, I think we all know it's heavy, like it sucks,
Mm-hmm.
no one wants to feel it, but like it's like a roadblock. Um,
Mm-hmm.
changes everything. And to watch it kind of be dismantled and fizzle is such a cool thing to see.
And I don't think it's a topic, it's an emotion that everyone is comfortable going into or even naming.
Common one.
It's a common one too. It is more common than we allow. And I think part of my story is I've had to get really comfortable with shame. And I think there is a lot of moments that I didn't even realize were shame. Like I thought they were just me because they get intertwined in our story. It's the thing that gets weaved into our being. And so when I look at or even retell some aspects of my narrative, or I'm like, shit, that's a lot of shame.
Yeah,
That's a lot. And so again, when we think about as therapists, like those feelings that we feel comfortable with, I'll also say I wasn't always comfortable with sitting with it in session. And that's a direct reflection of my ability to sit with it with myself. And so
absolutely.
as I've gotten better at navigating it for myself, I realized, okay, I can go to these places in session and safely hold them and deal with my own shit later because I've given myself that permission in the right spaces to do that.
Absolutely. And that's like a shout out to the need for therapy for therapists, right? Like, and that self-awareness and checking in with ourselves. I think, the thing with shame that's so hard, aside from just feeling it, is the fact that shame accompanies like how we view ourselves, right? And so
Mhm.
if we have shame over something we've experienced or thought or whatever it is, even a decision we've made, the likelihood that we are going to openly share that when we feel the heaviness of shame is pretty slim, considering we think it reflects who we are deep down.
Mhm.
And so we're going to hold tight to that, whatever event or situation or thought it is, thinking that, oh gosh, if I talk about it, then someone is going to see this like awful person we are,
Mhm.
our flaw. And so we hold on to it even tighter, reinforcing it even further. And but the truth is, like, the things we feel shame about, 99.9% of the time, well, 100% of the time, someone has experienced something similar or a thought that's similar or whatnot. But if we find someone we are safe with
Mhm.
and we let it out, the relief is just so significant almost immediately. And then you don't feel quite as alone, and your whole thought of who you are or what that thought or action meant just is gone
Mhm.
in an instant.
Yeah. That point about people thinking the story associates to their character or who they are or what it says about them that happened. Again, when we think about shame being intertwined in our stories, once we get to let it go a little bit, we get to build this new story. We get this new narrative, and it's a much more complete, empowered, clear, nuanced version of the story that feels better to hold, and it allows you to look at yourself outside of that shame lens.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like tunnel vision with the shame, and then it's like you travel through the tunnel and then you talk about it and you let it go, and it's like you're at the end of it and you see this like
Hmm.
sun in front of you and you're like, oh, I could have gone around that tunnel and gotten to this point faster, but I didn't. So what does this teach me?
Mm.
It's pretty cool.